Hey, I found a cool place to go. We can run or we can take it slow. Won't you come with me? Completely off topic. Mama said I never make it big. Well, Mama, I don't really feel that way. Won't you come with me? Completely off topic. Oh, ain't it nice to be completely off topic?
Welcome to Completely Off Topic with Susan and
Meg,
the video podcast where we talk to Calgary-based female artists about their body of work. Today we have with us Kaya Coleman. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kaya Coleman, and she is an actor. Welcome. And I would like you to talk about the journey from being a Vancouver-based artist to Calgary-based. How has that changed your life?
Interesting. I will
Are you
add.
from Calgary?
I'm from Calgary.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like Calgary-based artist to Vancouver-based kind of based artist back to Calgary, and I'm so glad to be back with the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my family's here, and it's so important to have like a earth groundedness around you as you pursue the arts.
Yes. Where did you grow up? Which neighborhood?
I grew up in Whitehorn, so I was born at Peter Loughy, so northeast, and then it was like Thorncliffe, which is like northeast, northwest, and then it was like northwest Citadel, and then after that I moved to Kelowna for school. So.
Oh, very nice. What did you
Yes.
take in
and
school?
you also, you didn't take theater or art.
No,
arts
I
in school,
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a biochemistry degree, so very
Ooh.
science, logic, reason.
Yes. And why? Okay, we just talked about this.
Yes.
Why the change? And why did you go into that? Did you always know you were going to be an actor? Or did this just kind of happen and you're like, I like this, I'll do this for now? This is a lot that I just asked you. Go through it methodically.
Yeah, I'm like, well, it's just so complicated because it started when I was like 4 years old. So my mom saw an agent posted like a casting in the newspaper, and my mom was like, my daughter sent a video in. I got an agent at 4 years old, but like when you're 4, I don't know what I was doing. Like I just showed up and I remember them like, scream, have fun, and I was like I was actually so nervous, but
yeah,
so I started that way, and then it was like my family discovered that like I'm kind of good at science, and they were like, you should be a doctor. And I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to be a doctor, I want to be a naturopathic physician because I believe in preventative care versus like only treat illness when it's present, and
just the symptoms. Like
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The other day I asked my doctor to get a blood test for my hormones, and she was like, well, usually at your age, and I was like, I want to be preventative. Like, give me my.
Also having a baseline for, like it's all. Yes.
Also, it's your body.
I
You
know.
want to know about your body.
I
Why
know.
wouldn't they let you know about your body?
Because the way that doctors are trained is they have a checklist, and they go, well, this is their age, the da-da-da, so then here are the like treatments or things we would normally offer, and they just have a checklist, and that's the reality.
My doctor, Dr. Penner, I love you so much. She will even be like, she says people ask, like other doctors ask her, do you let them see their chart? And she's like, did you hear what you just said? It's their chart. Yes, of course they can see their charts that tells them about them and their body.
Yeah.
Like, of course you should be able to.
I agree.
Yeah.
Is it through like the Alberta My Health app or something? Like, how did you
For
just
my
your
doctor?
chart? Yeah, like do you
Oh,
get the
it wasn't
information?
me. I didn't care.
Oh,
I don't
so-
understand at all. I don't really, like people tell you blood pressure. I'm like, I don't know. Is that good? Like, I don't care. Doesn't affect me right now.
Okay.
But I am like I'm preventative in that I like organic food. I like essential oils for like, and I like different kinds of like, I take Nimjom when we get sick, more Chinese herbal medicine, like that. I do acupuncture rather than, I'll go to Western medicine if it's like an emergency right now. Like somebody's broken an arm, let's go to a hospital.
Yes.
But if it's like, you've got eczema, let's go at acupuncture, see what's going on in your body. Like that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, and you like acupuncture? I'm afraid to try it.
I love it. I have a great guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Dr. Johal. Dr. Johal. And Sonia works with Dr. Johal, and she does my facials. She does an acupuncture facial. I love it.
Sonia DeLeo?
No.
Oh, different
Sonia
Sonia.
Palick. Yeah.
Sonia.
Yeah.
Only one Sonia in my life.
Sonia. Actually, I do sometimes mean to text one and I text the other. They're both really good about it. But yeah, with the facial, it's really cool. She does this where she'll do acupuncture on my face, but also on parts of my body that
Are connected to the face.
totally.
Cool.
And then she will do this like, she'll put these eye things on me and do this infrared light on my face for like 20 minutes. And then she takes it all off and she does this like, it's like a sluggy kind of whatever. I don't know. It's supposed to be this amazing thing. She pats it all over my face. And then she puts a mask on me and she attaches the electrodes onto it.
Oh,
And then I sit there for like another half an hour or whatever. And it's just this little bit, a little bit of
Microcurrents.
Yes, microcurrents.
Microcurrents. Yeah.
And then afterwards, then she sprays me. This is my favorite part. I'm like laying there. She like mists me with rose water and it just, and then afterwards I come out and she's like, she always says, it looks like you just fell in love. You're so beautiful. And I'm like, I'm so beautiful. But she's awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So scientist, doctor.
Okay, so you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a doctor.
I'm gonna be a doctor.
Naturopathic doctor.
Exactly. So I was like, hey, I'll do the like biochemistry degree. And then COVID hit. My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and it was like I went home to take care of her, and that was a turning point.
Here in Calgary.
Here in Calgary. Yep, 2020. So that was.
She got diagnosed with cancer in 2020 during COVID.
Like literally February, and they're like, you have 6 months to live.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember being in school, and I was because I was taking a specialized cancer course at the same time. So I was actually like reading about my mom's cancer in like very specific detail and the different modalities, and they're trying new techniques, and they had a new monoclonal antibody. And then my mom was like, oh, I'm gonna actually do the trial for it. And I was like reading about it, and I was so hopeful. But I mean, thankfully my mom's, contributing to research, and like she agreed to try a different technique. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but yes. My mom she's very special and important to me, and she told me while she was sick, she's like, I want you to follow your dreams, go to Vancouver, like the classic.
Yes.
But like, honestly, that was the best gift she could give me, and that's really what, I was like, okay, I will go try being an actor fully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll commit.
Boy, a lot of pressure. You owe your mom this acting career.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You don't. Obviously, she wouldn't even feel like that.
No, I know, but that's so funny because I do think about that sometimes. So it's a good reminder of like, I made this choice for myself, and I can also change my mind.
You can change your mind
of course.
anytime.
Anytime.
That's what I try to tell my kids right now. It's because my oldest is now in first year university. My second is very athletic. He's going into grade 12. And he didn't do great on his science this year, which he usually loves. But I'm like, he's thinking about being a sports medicine doctor. I'm like, if you don't know your science, you're not going to be a medicine doctor. Like, you just can't. But I'm also like, but it's okay. Like, I think you should try your absolute best if this is what you want.
Yeah.
But also, he really just wants to play sports.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, why don't you put all your effort into that? And schooling is important too. Make sure that you got good enough grades because you're a smart kid. But it's like, this is not the end. This is not the final. That's not what is it? The finish line.
Yeah.
This is an experience that will
Yes.
lead to an experience that will lead to an experience. And it's like, if you follow your joy, you
Yeah.
follow your passion and your love, you will find delight and discomfort in everything you do.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That is so
That
true.
was wisdom.
That was beautiful. Received with love.
Yes.
Thank you.
And so, so did we shoot Operation Clean Slate in 2020?
Yes, it was. No, we think we shot it the year before, but it
September,
came out.
It came out in 2020.
Yes, and it was so interesting. My mom, she was sick, and when we were there, and nobody knew. And then I looked back at the photos, and I'm like, oh wow, she really
Did you know?
needed help. No, I didn't know. I knew something was off. We all knew something was off,
Did
but the
she know?
doctor was like, you're stressed.
She didn't even know.
No, she just had all these symptoms, and the doctor was like, you work a really stressful job. You been a single mom your
do a
whole
test.
life. Like,
Yeah.
he was also grieving the loss of his wife. That was a whole complicated, so that was just, But yes, so Operation Clean Slate was, right before COVID.
Right before, so that was, because I know we shot it in September, but I couldn't remember if it was
Turned around that quickly?
So I think so, yeah.
It's a short, right?
It was a short, yeah. That was a silly one.
Yes,
Jason
that was
asked
the
me if
one.
I would smoke for it. And I was like, you have 2 cigarettes to get this shot. I can't smoke
2
more
takes.
than 2 cigarettes. So he was like, okay. And he like told everybody. He's
Real
like,
cigarettes?
Yeah.
He made you smoke real cigarettes.
Yeah. I consented to smoking real cigarettes. He was like, we can get something else or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's fine. It'll look better if it's a real smoke.
Yeah.
Because it was a close up of the like the burning.
yes.
Of you pulling it
So
in.
yeah, so when he described what he wanted, I was like, we can't get that off a fake cigarette.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to flick it, and it would like clink when you
Yeah,
hit the ground.
You
So I
can
was like,
change the
yeah.
sound.
So I was like, anyway, I was like, you get 2.
You get 2
You get
shots.
2.
Have you had to smoke herbal cigarettes for a role before?
I have, yeah,
Okay.
but I just said, get some Demoriers.
Yeah.
I want the treat.
Yeah.
If I have to do this, I want to
Wow,
enjoy
my
it.
Demoriers.
So because I had quit smoking, I smoked when I was younger, but anyway, so yeah, that's
That's the story.
Yeah.
Yes.
I told him you got 2.
Is that
okay?
That's not the only thing you guys worked on together.
No, we worked on 3 things.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah, 1 we didn't see each other.
No, we didn't see each other, and then yeah, we were up
Yeah.
across the table from each other eating food.
Yes.
And this was your one last summer that we were on set for like 13 days or something.
Not 13. I think it was a week. I think I was there for about a week or so.
My brain
Yeah.
doesn't.
I think I was there for
Yeah.
a week.
Okay.
We
I
were
like I
at
saw you
Heritage
often.
Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were at
This
Heritage
is with the
Park.
bonnet.
Yes. Oh
Yes.
my God, the bonnet was so tall. Do you remember that stuff?
Yes.
The bonnet was so tall that I had to like lean back in the car because it was just like.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. In the back, you would just be like,
just be
we like
this,
driving.
and I would, like get in like this. Oh, that bonnet was absurd. It was so fun though.
So fun.
Yeah.
And that one hasn't come out yet.
No,
No.
we're just waiting to kind of hear what happens to it. But
Isn't that like, I
Yeah.
find it so, like you have to wait so long for things to come out.
Yes.
And then you're like, and then when it comes out, you're like, but I'm done. I'm on this. You know, I find, I watch Gillian Anderson's Instagram, like I follow her, and she's so good at like taking videos, but then putting the video out as something comes out. Like her PR and her, actually I was on the Abandons as a stand-in. And I was talking to the actor that I was kind of standing in for. He was coming back, and I'm like, I don't know, do you want the spot? Like, do you want it? Like, I'm here. I'm here. Do you want it? Like, it's your spot if you want. Like, I was being just an idiot. And I turn around, and Gillian Anderson's right here with her phone there, and I'm like, ah! And I'm like, am I gonna be on her Instagram? It's so weird.
You're like checking now every
Yeah. But it's like they haven't released Abandons. I know that
Yes.
kind of thing will come out
Yes.
again. I'm like,
yes.
I want my social media stuff now.
Documenting
Yes.
the process and
Yes.
like. mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then use it later. Yeah.
I know. That's a whole thing, and like after a couple years too, you're just like, oh, I'm a different person.
Oh,
Yes, and the world
Yeah.
is I also feel like right now, like the world's climate of everything is changing so fast. It's like, oh, that was 2 years ago before we knew about this horrible thing that's happened to the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff is also, there's an innocence when we look back on
Yeah.
our stuff.
well, yeah, because Got MILF was just released on Roku on April 1st. And then I bought a Roku TV so I could watch it.
Yeah.
And then I returned it a week later because I don't want a TV. But anyhow, so I bought it and we watched it on there, and I was like, it's good, but I've got better ideas. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like my ideas are better, but they're better because of that show.
Yes.
And of course that show has to come before I can be here.
Yes.
But it's like, I'm like, oh, I want to show you what I've got now.
Yes.
And I know that the stuff I have now won't be made for the next year. And then it won't come out for a year or two after that. And it's just like this process
Yes.
of
Yes.
planting the seeds and waiting for them
Yes.
Patience.
to be harvested.
Well, theater is the same. Like it's immediate in that we're doing it in the moment right now when you're working on the project. But the planning of the project
Oh,
is
yeah.
years out.
Yeah.
Even
Like,
the
right
auditioning
now.
of the project
Yeah.
is like half a year out.
It is. Like I'm looking at our 26, 27, and 27, 28 season. And I don't even look out as far. Like there's some companies in the bigger houses where they're trying to get rights for stuff right now, like on 5 years from now. Like and then other times stuff comes together really quick. It's
I just
just-
feel like I don't want to plan that far in advance.
you know.
Like, I don't know what's coming. I think it's because I'm an actor, right? Like, that's my number one. And it's like, I don't know. I don't want to, like, book a month of stuff that isn't the most important thing to me and then not get the opportunity to be on set. But also, I don't want to not do things because I might have a role come up. Like, it's such a weird balance of,
How do you balance it?
I drink. No, I don't even drink. That's a joke. You know what? I find that I do things as they're supposed to happen. Like obviously this, you know, we got funding for this. So then it's like, I worked with Meg and another person, I'm like, which dates can you do? We booked the dates. We knew who we wanted to asked everybody. Everybody could make it, luckily enough. And everybody's schedules just somehow it all falls into place.
Yes.
And like, it's 2 days.
Yeah.
I can not be on somebody else's set for 2 days. And then it's just, sometimes things are just synchronicity, right? Like I worked a little bit ago. I have a job at the end of the month. I've got stuff in between that's like more producey and stuff.
Cool.
And then I think writing really helps because writing can happen anytime. So I can fill in gaps with writing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What do you do?
Multiple.
How do you make it all balance and flow?
I'm still figuring that out.
Yeah.
I think finding other interests and hobbies has really been, because I was like very science, and then I went like completely over to like acting, and then now I'm like, oh, I can actually like have a little bit of this, have a little bit of this.
Yes.
I like journaling. Do you journal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you
yes.
type A? Completely.
Yeah, totally. I'm like super anxious, super type A. I'm like, like I sit sometimes like this, and that's like a whole other, I don't want to say obstacle, because
Maybe
let me find a, yes,
It
maybe
can also be a superpower.
that's why I don't want to use obstacle. Maybe just like another like level in a video game, that I just have to figure out and find different routines and ways to express my creativity. I've been enjoying painting.
Ooh,
That has been
nice.
really fun.
You know what's interesting is there's a connection between science and math and visual arts. So lots of people who are really good at visual arts are also really strong with mathematical things. So I'm not surprised to hear you say that you're
Interesting.
dabbling in the
Even music too.
Yeah.
Music is mathematical.
Super mathematical,
yes.
But it's also expressive. It's
Yes.
like beyond mathematical because it's
Yeah.
emotional,
yeah,
right?
Everything
I
is
feel like
connected.
dances too. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's to do with music.
yeah.
Oh, I love dancing. That's another one.
Are you a dancer?
I used to be.
What kind?
I did jazz. I did a little bit of hip hop and heels. I was a competitive cheerleader for 6 years, actually.
Ooh, with which sports team? I'm assuming it's a sports team.
Yes. The Calgary Stars. Yeah.
Who are the Calgary
The
Stars?
Calgary Stars.
Basketball, isn't it?
No, that's the all-star cheerleading team in
Oh,
Calgary.
I see.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not football?
That's
It's a
not football,
stampede, or is it?
basketball.
Yeah.
Yes, cheerleading. So I started there in like 2009, I believe, and I love that sport. But now I do like Gaga dancing. I mean, Gaga is more like they call it the people dance.
Oh my goodness, my friend Catherine does this.
Oh wow, really? In
Catherine
Calgary?
Mandelitis. She
Oh
was-
wow, really?
She was on season 2 of Completely Off Topic. Yes.
That's incredible. Okay,
Catherine,
well
she
we're gonna
told
have
me
to.
about Gaga.
Yeah, Gaga's. I love it. It's like playing with sensations versus like, some dance is very structured and you have like the very. But Gaga's like, how do you? If you were butter, how would you move? It's like very.
Butter?
Like, yeah, like let's take the buttery sensation in our ligaments and in our skin, and we're gonna melt, and butter gets hot. Like it's cold. Butter is. Yes.
I'm cold.
Cold butter. How do you balance?
How do I balance? I think I try and schedule as much as I can.
Okay.
I'm a list maker. I wish I was type A, but I am not. And so I'm missing that.
Why do you wish you were type A?
Because I feel like there would be things I could accomplish.
You do a lot.
I do a lot, but I
Yeah.
feel like I would be more effective if I had some type A, more type A. But I know that I'm just, so maybe that's good and bad with my how to make it balance,
Yeah.
is that I also just sometimes go, nope, I can't
Yeah.
do that today or whatever.
What do you mean by effective though? Like.
Like efficient?
Or yeah, like more efficient. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a list, but you kind of like flow around the list.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm for sure like I have singular focus.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it's like if I have to do the thing, then that's the only thing that I can do until it's done.
True.
And I won't even start it. So when people are like, "Oh, we're gonna go on a trip," like I'm not packing until the day before because I'm
Okay.
not there yet. So I can't, because if I pack like a week
You have to complete
before,
it, and you can't pack your toothbrush
Yeah.
because you still need it for another week.
yes, and if I pack a week before, then I'll forget half my stuff.
Yeah.
So I have to do, so like there's this like preparation thing that people
Is
do.
type A like you prepare early?
I think some
I
people
think
are.
I always felt like I was type A, but maybe I'm not.
Yeah.
Because what you're describing, I'm like, that's me.
Yeah.
But
I was also thinking, so I was recently in the like wave of people who've been recently diagnosed with ADHD. I'm in that group. And I was thinking, I don't think Susan has ADHD.
Me?
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh God, I for sure do.
I don't know. I think you're pretty normal.
Well, yeah, but I think ADHD is normal.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody who's creative or comedic is neurodivergent.
Yeah.
Because we're like, when you think about callbacks, it's like you're talking and you're present in the moment, but then you're going, oh, whoop, got that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're constantly taking things from all the things you've known or loved or laughed at or stories you've heard or whatever, and you're
Yes.
putting them together right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's a neurodivergent skill. Like almost every comedian you see up on stage, that they are.
Yeah.
And it's not this thing we need to numb or medicate unless it is impairing your function.
Yeah, unless you want to do that because it feels like it's going to be better for you.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I feel like that's
people
the
make
beauty
decisions,
in people.
Yeah.
Is their quirks and their little funny ticks and their little funny thoughts and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once we numb that or we try to be like, this is how you, which is what happened when we were growing up.
Yeah.
It was like Ritalin, go on Ritalin.
Yes.
And I was just like, and back then I was definitely type A. I was very much like, sit up in class. I learned everything, 80s and 90s across the board. You know, like I was very,
have any of that.
oh yeah, because I was also the third child. And well, you're the third child,
the
but
third, yeah.
I learned that if you do everything right, then you get praised for it.
Oh.
And you don't get in trouble like your older brothers do.
Right.
And I saw my older brothers screw up, like not a big thing, but just screw up.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, don't do that. Don't
Right.
do that. I can
Right.
see it in my third too. Rhett is
Right.
very like, he just got second place in 3 events at track.
Yeah.
He's a drummer. He's an actor. He's an audition today. Like
Yeah.
he's just so well-rounded and liked by everybody and like always trying to make people laugh. And it's just like, it's the third child.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't, sorry, you were talking about ADHD
Yeah.
and type.
Well, type A or type B, I don't know. I think a lot of us have all like both sides. But I think it's funny, like I have friends who, when you make an appointment, let's say you're going to have a Zoom meeting, and you make the appointment for your Zoom meeting, and you don't send the link immediately.
Yeah.
They find that frustrating. Whereas I'm like, oh, we have the meeting at 11, so 10:55, I will send you the Zoom link.
Oh.
Like I just because
We're
not,
both like,
we're
oh.
not meeting. You know what I mean?
Do you know
like
why I
that's-
send it right away? It's because I will not remember. So I'm like, if I
Get it
send
done.
it right now,
Yeah.
then like, it's off my plate. I don't have to think about it anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think even this week, like this weekend, I have my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on Friday, I was telling you that Nash sprained his ankle.
Right.
So it was like the afternoon's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that I plan for the afternoon has to be wiggly because I have kids. And then it comes to, I had them on Tuesday night because their dad's out of town. And it was like, all of a sudden I'm getting a text. Oh, Mom, I've got sports med appointment on Wednesday morning at 9. I've got this and that. And it's like, wow, I had a night off to prepare for this. And my night is full. And it's like, how do I prepare for this around that stuff?
Yeah.
Which I think I used to be type A. And then I had 4 children.
Yes.
And I had to go, whoo,
Oh yeah.
let's
Yes.
chill out a bit
Yes.
and let's just do what has to happen.
Yeah.
And let's try to reach. And if it doesn't happen, let's forgive.
Yeah.
And let's do what we can do right
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
But it's,
I get that.
I don't know if you can change types, but I feel like
Yeah. No,
I've had to relax.
I think
anyhow.
absolutely can. And this is the thing. There's people who are like, people don't change. And I have to fight that because what
People change.
are we doing if we're trying to change the world and make it a better place? What are we doing in our relationships? What are we doing
With your life.
with our lives if we don't believe in change? Like
Yeah.
it's such a growth mindset.
Why
kind
are we
of
here?
thing.
Yeah.
And so I always say, yes, the circumstances in your life could make you not type A anymore.
Yeah.
Or make you change what you like to eat or what you find funny or like
Well, and we
It's
talked
all-
about this last
yeah.
season too. Foundational changes, like
Yeah.
your mom passing away, that's going to change you.
Yes.
Having kids, that's going to change you. Divorce, that's going to change you.
Yeah.
These things that happen, they change you.
yes.
If they don't, why not?
What neurodivergence is that?
Yeah. What is that? I'm getting like weird goosebumps. It's like, is this me?
Unchanged, yes.
Is this me? Am I
Yeah.
incapable of change?
No, I think that we have to believe in change.
Yeah.
Or else what are we
doing
what are
here?
we doing?
This is something I've recently been talking to my acupuncturist about. Is like, I was like, well, I think as an actor, as an artist, sometimes you're like, if I didn't do anything, no one would care. Like if I didn't make my next series or film, or if I wasn't auditioning for something, nobody would care.
Yeah.
Like nobody would miss that. so what am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? And then he's like, what did you come up with? I'm like, because I said, what's the point? He's like, what did you come up with? I'm like, there's no point. He's like, there's literally no point. There's no point to anything to life. There's no point. So don't worry about achieving and about once I get through this, once I get through that. He's like, there is no problem. There's nothing to solve. It's just follow your curiosity and follow your joy. And then that's what life is.
Yeah.
But we try to put, because it's society, because of financial structures, because of all this stuff, it's like, do this, become this, get your whatever, retire, have this property, and then give it to your kids.
Yes.
And it's like, come on.
My grandma.
I'm literally grappling with, I'm just receiving all this. I'm like, yes, we can change, yes. Oh, we don't have to follow the mold. Who made this mold?
Yes, the mold
Men.
is their own thing.
Men made that mold so they
Yes.
could go to work and have a golf club and, do men things and then come back home and be like, honey, where's dinner? Like, it's not like that anymore.
No, it's not like that anymore.
And I know men that are like, they're good men, and they're like, I don't fit in this world. Like, I was dating a guy who's out of Saskatchewan, so we never really dated, but we would chat every now and then, and he was like, I feel like there's just no place. Because I talked to him recently, because about the fires in Saskatchewan. So I was like, are you okay? Like, is everything all right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, are you dating anybody? How's your life going? And he's like, no, I'm not, because there's just, apps are weird, and there's no room for good guys. And I'm like, I feel you, but as a woman, I just want to be respected. I just want to be, I don't want you to expect things. Like, when it's all these things, and there's a huge disconnect, I think, with men and women of our age. Probably not, I don't know if of your age or not.
Are they an actor or?
Well, there seems to be like an emotional intelligence that's coming up with the younger generations. Like, dating younger guys, there's more emotional intelligence. There's more. I have friends that are like now getting married to guys that are 10 years younger than them because they're like, they just are so much more adaptable and emotionally available and considerate, and they don't expect to have job and meal, and family, or just the old structure.
Well, and I think like lots of men of our generation and older were really truly victims of that like toxic masculinity. And I know that toxic masculinity is such a like hot button phrase. And so when
That's so easy to say.
Well,
like,
and when
that's
I
bad.
say that, I mean literally like toxic masculinity. I don't think that masculinity in itself is toxic in any way. But there are aspects of it that are harmful to boys and men. The expectations that are put on them, and including not being connected to your emotions, or not knowing how to process how you feel, or not being good like communicators in relationships. And those things like the
bro culture.
And the consequence of that is like deep loneliness, sadness, disconnection, and why can't I connect with a woman? Why won't she? We create like our patriarchal messed up society created those circumstances, and our boys and men are suffering of those. And I think that the younger generation has been able to be raised in an environment that's kind of looking out from underneath some of that. But I also think there's like extremists on the internet and stuff that are kind of gathering up some pretty messed up ideology also. So it's like, but I think
we just want to be respected and loved, and so do men.
And it's just there's this like suffering, but then it's like instead of going, oh well, you're suffering and we're suffering, but we're actually suffering of the same thing. We're like throwing crap at each other across the table, and it's like that's unnecessary.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like, if we just talked about it, if I could see how, like, I dated this guy who I would say does have that. He's the same age as me. He does have that idea that if I buy you dinner, then you should date me, kind of thing. Like, like I've kind of bought your
time or your energy.
Yeah, like
there's a transactional.
He brought up that his friend took out this girl that worked with them 2 times to a $200 meal, whatever. And he even said it's like $200 meal, and she wouldn't date him. I'm like, well, she doesn't owe him anything. He asked her on a date. She said yes. They went on a date. She doesn't owe him anything. I've had it over a beer, or a guy bought me a beer, and we're like at a festival. I'm like, thanks so much. Like, I'm with a group of people. He bought beer. I had a beer. And then I go and meet somebody else and I end up like liking somebody else and he calls me a slut the next day. A slut. I'm like, literally, you don't own me. And if I would have chosen you, I would have been totally fine.
Yes.
But because I didn't choose you, I'm a slut?
Yeah.
Come on.
Sounds like you're a dirtbag, fella.
Dirtbag fella, dirtbag fella.
Slinging phrases, yeah. I know, it's so messed
It's a good
up.
country song.
It is.
Yeah.
Dirtbag fella is one of my favorites.
How do you feel? Because I feel like you're from a different generation.
Just laid a bunch of crap on you.
Like you're
No,
the
I'm
same.
receiving. I'm just like,
You're in the same time and era, and if like I feel like there's a connection there, but you're probably coming at it from a different background and foundation.
I mean, the thing is, I was raised by like my brother's older, so I feel like I was naturally kind of forced to grow up alongside him. You know, he's 8 years older than me. My mom was 16 when she had me, so like, when she had my brother. That's
I was like,
funny.
how did this happen?
That was so funny. That was 15 when she had my brother, and now she was like 22 when she had me. So we kind of like all grew up together. But like her parents were very much like my grandparents. I spent a lot of time with them in the summers, and they're from Saskatchewan. They're farmers. They're very, like I don't want to say the C word, but conservative in their beliefs of man role, woman role. So I still was very much like around that growing up.
Yeah.
So I feel like I still struggle with like figuring out my own identity and beliefs around relationships and roles, because I mean, what you learn in the first 7 years of your life really
imprints.
But I want to change it, like you guys are talking about. We can change. So I'm in that process of like reshifting foundational blocks and being like, oh, this thought comes from like my grandfather's perspective, which is very which is valid in his own right, because that's where he was. They were just gonna like blah, blah, blah. So I do have like capacity to recognize the complexity of people's upbringing, but I'm like trying to push away. And so I think because of that, though, I attract sometimes men that will, what's the word I'm looking for, reflect the part of me that has not quite healed that relationship to men, if that
And
makes
I
sense.
feel like you should have healed by now. Like, look at you.
Well, I don't,
No, oh my God.
well, I don't have a father, so definitely, daddy issues, working through that always. It's like, I didn't know how much it would affect me until the last like maybe 5 years. I'm like, oh, well, actually not having a father be present is like, it's kind of messed me up. And how do I have, what's the word I'm looking for, like grace with myself as I do sometimes make mistakes and repeat patterns, and recognizing that like it's not my fault, but now it's my responsibility to work through it and create new healthy patterns and attract people who are emotionally available and attract people who can love me the way that I deserve to be loved. And I also grew up very similarly of like, I saw my brother make mistakes and I was like, I do not want that reaction from my mom. So I'm going to be a good girl. I'm going to get 90%, 99. It was like, I'm like, I had like such high standards.
If I did that,
like,
my brothers would be like, Susan, that's 1% for improvement.
and it's like, I want to be perfect though. Like, I want that 100, which does not exist in real life.
I do that to my kids too, by the way.
Yeah.
If they come home with like a 90, I'm like, 10% for improvement. Like, that's pretty good. But I'll be like, I'll always put this. So they actually come in and say that. They're like, Mom, only 5% for improvement. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Good job.
Reframing. Got
Like,
you.
yeah, we won't be too positive here. You still got work to do.
So got work.
It's interesting to hear you say this, because I also think we're in a culture of healing as like such a focus right now. And I think I've spent the past 9 years since since we began the divorce process in 2016. So that 9 years of me thinking that I needed to heal all of these things about me. And I'm going to reference Amy Poehler again because I've been listening to her podcast. But she's like, I'm so done healing. I'm done being better. Men come on and do a podcast and they put in 25%. I'm okay with that. I think I'm just gonna show up and put 25%, because I know that my 25 is actually somebody else's 75%. But I'm like, holy geez, did that just make me, like, I felt like a weight came off of me in this expectation and this responsibility to heal and keep healing. And I don't drink, I haven't drank like casually for the past year and a half. and things will just bubble up. And I'll be like, whoa, what's that? And I'll be like, oh, that's my relationship with my father. And things like that he would say growing up, I took it in a very misogynist way, and he meant it in a caring way. And it will come up and I'll be like, oh, you were caring, and that was how you showed me love. And I saw it as, I shouldn't do this because then I am asking for it.
Right.
Right, where he was maybe warning me. Like one thing that I remember is he would be like, back in the day, if I invite you up to listen to a record, you got to know what that means. And if you go up, that's kind of the expectation.
Right.
And I took it as, oh, so if I go up there, I can't back out or say no because I've already committed.
Right.
Where he meant, be careful about going up.
Yeah, just know that it's not about the record.
Yeah.
He was trying to tell you
He was trying to say, when you choose to go up, they're probably going to think more.
Yeah.
And you were trying to warn me and take care of me, but I took it as, if I go up, it's on me.
Yes.
If I wear that, I'm asking for it.
Yeah.
That's what our culture said growing up.
Yeah.
But so things have bubbled up, and then I've been like, whoa, and it's been great healing or understanding or acknowledgement. But it's like, at the same time, I don't need to go seek it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, this misconception of like, you have to like go and do this and do the journal 10 minutes a day, and if you don't journal 10 minutes a day, then you're not gonna fix this healing pattern. You're gonna keep attracting men that are, and it's like,
Do
the
a
reality,
shadow workshop.
which I
once a month.
do love a shadow workshop, but
Yeah, I do too.
yeah, right. But it's just this idea of like, actually to live is how you will heal, and you have moments that come up, and you have the tools, and then you're like, oh, now's the time to deal with it, because I feel like spirit will not put something in front of you if you're not ready to handle it.
Oh, and if you don't handle it, and you don't handle it, and you don't handle it, then boom, it's right there.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
You have to deal with it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're an actor in
Yes.
Calgary. Do you have any exciting projects coming up?
I have.
And
well,
you can talk about it because
yeah,
this
I'm
won't
like-
show for a year.
Okay, so I can actually talk about it?
Yeah, if you want to.
That's so exciting. Okay, well, I got a really fun recurring guest role on The Greatest, which is a Prime Video show about Muhammad Ali and his personal life as a father, son, and husband. And it was so great filming it in Toronto, and I'm really excited for that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Black Beauty just came out.
Yes, we filmed that about 3 years ago.
Yes.
But yes,
Oh,
Beyond
wow.
Black Beauty on Prime Video has come out now. Well, it'll be way in the back, and we won 4 CSAs, which is very exciting. And
I'm trying to think of, I know Lisa, but I can't remember her
yeah,
last
Lisa
name.
Berry.
Yes, Lisa Berry.
She's amazing.
We had a show together in Toronto.
That is so cool.
She did improv and I did sketch.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
She was lovely.
Yeah, she's actually been really inspiring me to do more improv and comedy, and that scares me. But
It is scary, but you know what? It
you
also
know what?
doesn't
That
kill
means
you.
you got to go towards
Yeah.
it. Exactly. Yes.
Also, I think with improv, there's this illusion that it's supposed to be funny.
Yeah, or hilarious.
But actually, like, it was all developed for us as actors to get out of our own heads. So really, if you just go in listening and reacting and trying to pursue the moment,
Okay.
whatever happens doesn't matter, but you'll tell a great story and it'll be fun. And a side effect might be that it's funny.
Oh, and sometimes the best improv is when it's a serious,
Yeah.
well, like it just turns out to be serious, beautiful story.
Yeah.
And that's a really nice break in a show of improv that's funny, is to have something with some gravity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't be afraid.
What's your dream role? You want to be like a one-day co-star on like a children's animated show.
Children's
series.
animated show. I was like, that could be fun, I'm sure. I don't know if I have a dream role yet.
Okay, do you have somebody
that.
that a movie or a show that you're like, oh, I would love to have played that?
Oh, it'd be great to be on like the studio's amazing. I really enjoy.
studio's good.
Yeah, studio's good. I really liked. This was Emma Roberts, Benny Safdie, and Nathan Fielder. What is the one they?
I'm terrible with names. So you're saying all of this, and it's
I know,
kind
and
of
I'm like,
washing
do,
over
and
me.
that like that, there was like houses with glass in them. So my brain is like imagining like houses with glass. Well, that's a fun brain fart to have.
The curse.
What, sorry?
The curse.
Yeah, the curse.
The
Yeah, I was
curse.
cursed. Then that I was like the curse. Yeah, that was a very interesting, like weird, suspenseful, dark comedy weirdness.
Do you like comedy?
I do like comedy. I just don't know how to where can I take classes in
Oh
comedy?
my goodness. At the Loose Moves, at the Kinkanauts,
I looked at their okay, so they have like ongoing rolling classes, or was it like a?
So Kinkanot season just ended.
Okay,
But
that's why. Okay.
yeah, but they'll still do workshops and stuff. Sean Kinsley too. I'll send you all this
Yeah,
information.
we're gonna have to.
But Sean
yes.
Kinsley has the improv school.
Okay.
IS. And
Okay.
sometimes he comes to Calgary and just does like a week workshop or
Oh,
something
that
like
would
that.
be amazing.
Yeah, and he usually
Okay.
does it like for free at like a library or something.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he usually asks you to then do something. Like it's always like then write a review.
Okay.
I owe him a review of a thing I took last
Good
August.
thing.
How am I going to remember what to say? And then Loose Moose is ongoing.
Okay, ongoing.
But I can
okay.
always, like reach out. I will
Yeah,
send
I'm back
you.
now. This is why I was one of the other reasons why I was so excited to do this, because you guys are like kind of feel like the OGs, you know, in Calgary in a good way.
know.
You know.
Oh.
I watched the season 2 episode 1 with you guys, and it was
with us
so
too?
yeah, with you two, and it was so funny. You started making farting noises, and I was like, "This is a safe space."
We haven't farted once.
I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. How do you do it?
Oh, I'll teach you. Okay.
Okay.
So you put your hands kind of upside down on your face.
Yes.
And you want to blow the air channels
Oh,
out.
there.
That's the little root.
Okay.
And it'll make
My lifeline.
Yeah, blow
Through
it out
your-
your lifeline.
Yeah, blow it out your lifeline. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
And then the way you really want to hone that skill
Okay.
is aim for one fart bubble, okay? That's how you develop your control.
That was incredible. Wow.
You said. You have all
We're
this
ready to go.
Yeah.
Comedy.
Done. This is my training. I'll put on my resume. Yeah, it's awesome.
In training, it will be on like things you've got to be training.
Yeah.
Completely off topic podcast with these two idiots.
Fart-based comedy.
No, I love you guys.
Oh, this was a pleasure.
Yeah, this was
Thank
awesome.
you so much, Kaya.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yay!
Oh,
Sandwich.